you through a series of stretches. So let's start on our back. Lie all the way down. And the first one is a knee drop. Here I want you to keep your legs glued together. Arms are just resting down by your side. And from here, keep the ankles together as you sway the knees over to your right. You're going to feel a nice pull across the side of your back here and your hip. It feels really good, especially after a lot of hip work. And then you come back to center. So notice again, my ankles are touching. You want to keep that foot lifted here. My right foot is lifted as you're tilting over, stretching across the side, and then back to center. And again, stretching over to the right, reaching, extending through that knee and thigh, and then back to center and tilt over, reaching, and back to center. So now we just open the feet a little bit wider than our hips, extend the arms now out to a T, and from here, drop the knees completely over to the side. This now focuses more on the quadricep and hip flexor versus the back. This is a great stretch for those thighs all the way up from the quads to the hip flexor. And over now to the left, stretching, reaching. You can actually kind of push the hip forward just a little bit. Feel that stretch even more. And back to center. And stretch over to the right, reaching. And back to center. And over to the left, reach. And back to center. Now we're going to do the hip massage. You want to extend your left leg back to the floor and bring your right knee and hug it in towards your chest. So from here, you kind of just roam around in the hip socket just a little bit, and that'll kind of help loosen up the hip and just massage it there. Get a nice feeling in the hip so it can relax after all the movements there. And then rest it down. Take your left knee in. And again, just rotate around. You can go both directions, rotating in one direction here and circling in the other direction. And give it one more chance here to pull in, relax it. It'll let that muscle in the hip flexor rest. If you can kind of pull, bending the elbows. And then again, just a few circles in each direction is good. Counterclockwise and clockwise. Hug it in and rest. And then the left side, pull it in, nice and tight, bending at the elbows, and circle both directions and rest it there. And now from here, we're going to turn over all the way to a child's pose. You want to bring yourself up onto your hands and knees, and then simply set your hips back down on your heels. Arms are stretched out in front, and you relax your forehead down on the mat. You have a nice long spine here, and just relax in that position, taking some deep breaths in and out. And one more breath, deep breath in and exhale. Next, we're going to start with an ab series, and I'm going to do the first round with you. You can simply repeat this video 3 times for a total set of 15. So let's get started. You're going to lie all the way down on your back for what we call knee sways. So for this one, I'd actually like you to extend your arms straight up towards the ceiling. And if you just reach them above you and then simply press the shoulder blades back down, that's where you want to keep the shoulder blades throughout the exercise. Now bring your legs up into what we call a tabletop position. That's a 90-degree angle with the legs here. And now you're going to sway your knees over to the right, inhaling, and then exhale, pull in with your obliques and draw the legs back to center. And now tilt to the left. Inhale over and exhale back. So you'll feel even a little bit of a stretch in your lower back, but you want to pull in and activate. Start activating those oblique abdominals. Inhale, tilt over, and exhale back. What'll want to happen is your arms are going to want to sway over the opposite way, but that's where your abs have to kick in. Inhale, tilt, keep those arms focused right up towards the ceiling and back to center. Inhale over and back to center, and inhale over and back to center and rest. So from here, single leg reach. We're going to start by lifting the legs up in a tabletop. Come up and extend one leg out. Place the other hand on top of the knee, the other by the ankle. And now we're just going to alternate one leg at a time, just switching right to left. Always keeping the shoulder blades down as the chest comes up. And switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and keep alternating right to left. Switch, switch, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And rest back down. You can actually hug your knees in a little bit, kind of rest your lower back. And now we're going to take that into what we call the double leg reach. So you're going to bring your chest back up here, reaching the fingertips towards your ankles. Now we extend both the arms and legs away from each other, and then exhale back together. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, back in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, back in. If you need to modify this with your neck, if it's bothering you, you can always bring your hands behind your head as you do it here. And one more time, breathe in and exhale. Lift up and relax back down. And then the roll up. Legs are flat to the floor. You're going to reach your arms right on up towards the ceiling, keeping those shoulder blades down. Take a breath in, extend the arms above your head back towards the floor. And now on the exhale, you're going to roll through that ab curl position, reach towards your toes, and then slowly roll back down one bone at a time. You breathe in and exhale. Slowly roll up and stretch towards those toes and roll back down. Now, sometimes that can be a bit of a challenge. I'll show you here how to rock forward. That can get you up in between here, learning how to engage in those abdominals and get the flexibility into your spine. You can kind of rock it forward and stretch. And one more time, breathing in and exhale, contracting forward, and then slowly lowering back down. This next series, I will take you through all of the exercises, and then you can simply repeat the video 3 times. So first, we're going to start with the seated cat back stretch. You're going to place your feet flat on the mat. Bring your hands just right underneath your thighs and sit up nice and tall. Elbows are slightly bent. You're going to take an exhalation, pull the abdominals in, round in your lower back, keeping the shoulders down. And then you curve forward, actually press the palms of the hands into the thighs, and then arch the upper back. You breathe in, sitting tall, and then exhale. Blow that air out, round in the lower back, and curve forward, and press those hands into the thighs, arch up, breathe in, and again, exhale, round down. You really still start to feel the abdominals pulling in and the back stretching with each exercise, and exhale, contracting down, curving forward, and arch, and one more time, exhale, contracting down, and curve forward, press those hands into the thighs, get some leverage, and arch. Okay, so now the toe taps. You're going to lie all the way down. This actually focuses on the lower abdominals. Arms are just resting down by your side. So let's start taking the legs up one at a time into tabletop, and we're going to tap the toes one after the other here, right and left. Tap, and tap, and tap, and you just keep going there, alternating right and left, keeping the ribs pulled in and abdominals pulled in the whole time. Arms resting down, simply hinging there, alternating right and left, tap, tap. And you can even kind of challenge yourself a little bit, tapping out away from you a little bit farther down. You'll start to feel the abdominals work even more. And tap, 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 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then you can rest there. Just take your legs flat to the floor. You can kind of shake them out a little bit. And then the last one, again, focus on the lower abdominals. This is a double leg hinge. Tabletop legs, arms are resting, and you're going to hinge both legs this time down towards the floor. You'll feel your abdominals working. Exhale to lift back up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Breathe in and exhale, lift. Breathe in and exhale, lift. And 2 more times, lower down and exhale, lift. And 1 more time, lower down and exhale, lift. Great. Now we're going to take a stretch for our quadriceps and hip flexors. This is called the knee drop. Separate your feet a little wider than your hips, keeping your feet in place and your arms out to the side. Just let your knees drop over, stretching here. You'll feel a pull across your quadricep and hip flexor. You can even extend that left hip away from you, feeling that stretch increase while you're there, and then slowly come back to center. Now from here, over to your left, stretching here, extending through that knee, pushing the right hip forward, feels really good, and then come back to center. We're going to do this next lower body exercise here together. I will do 5 rounds with you. Then simply just replay the video 3 times for a total of 15. So let's get started. What you're going to do is go ahead and lie down all the way on your back and simply place your hands resting them by your side. Your feet are just about hip width apart. You're going to start with an inhale, and then on your exhale, you're going to pull the belly button in, tucking in the lower back and slowly lifting the hips right up towards the ceiling. Breathe in while you're here, and then on the exhale, soften from the upper chest and roll all the way back down, 1 bone at a time. Breathe in and exhale. Slowly roll on up. Inhale here, and then exhale. Soften 1 bone at a time, all the way back down. Breathe in and exhale. Roll on up. Inhale and soften down. Breathe in and exhale. Roll on up. You'll start to feel the legs activating in the backside there. Breathe in and exhale. Soften down. And 1 more time. Breathe in. Exhale. Roll on up. Inhale. And then exhale. Slowly lower all the way back down. Great. So now we're going to do the bridge. We were articulating before. Now from here, we're going to simply just hinge from the hips. We're going to take an exhale, lift straight up towards the ceiling, and then inhale, rest back down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. So you're really squeezing the backside of the legs, the glutes, hamstrings, lifting up and lower down. Make sure the ribs stay closed, abdominal stays pulled in, lift up and lower down. And lift up on the exhale and roll down. And 1 more time, lift up and back down. Great. So from here, let's glue the legs all the way together. This is going to activate more so now the inner thighs. You're doing the same motion now with the legs closed. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up and squeeze the legs together and lower down. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Pull the abdominals in tight, ribs stay closed, and lower down. Exhale, lift up and squeeze, and lower down. And exhale, lift up and squeeze, and lower down. All right, and then here, we're going to separate the feet here for leg kicks. You're going to bring your hips up towards the ceiling. And now we're going to extend the right leg up towards the ceiling as well. And you're going to lower that right leg down and just alternate. So you're kicking right to left, keeping the abs pulled in tight, ribs in, and arms just resting there. Kicking right to left, kick, 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 and then rest your hips down and bring them back up. Another set, kick, 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 and then rest all the way back down. And again, exhale, lift up, kick that leg up, and switch, 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 extending those legs right on up towards the ceiling, keeping the hips up there, and rest back down. And 2 more, lift up, and kick, kick, kick. You'll really feel the hamstrings starting here. Kick, 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 and rest down. And then last set here, lifting up and kick right to left, up, 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 and rest all the way down. Now we're going to do some kneeling exercises. I'll do this first round with you, and then you can simply repeat the video 3 times. So go ahead and come up on your hands and knees. You'll want to make sure that your hands are directly underneath your shoulders and knees are directly underneath your hips. So first, we're going to contract in the spine, pulling your abdominals in and rounding and tucking your chin. From here now, you lift your tailbone and head the opposite direction, getting a nice arch. And now again, exhale, pull those abs in, round in your back as much as you can, pulling them in, and then arch, lifting your tailbone and head. This will give you great flexibility in your spine. Pull up with those abdominals, round, and arch. And one more time, pull up, tuck your tailbone and chin, and then arch, lifting your tailbone and chin the opposite direction. So now we come back to a neutral position. So you're neither flexed nor extended, just right in the middle. And this is balance control. We're going to test our balance here. First by taking the right leg out behind us. Get your balance in this position first. You'll feel a little shift of weight. Keep the abs pulled in tight and shoulders down. Now from here, extend your left arm out in front of you. And now imagine someone has a hold of your hand and someone else has a hold of your foot and they're playing tug of war with your body, just stretching you out nice and long. Reach the fingertips out in front of you, toes behind you. Great. Checking in here with the balance and then coming back in. And now extend the left leg out, right arm extends, abs are pulled in. And the same thing, reach those fingertips out in front of you, stretch the toes behind you, nice long body, and then back in. We'll switch a couple more times here, reaching out, just a little bit faster now. Back in, and reach out, and back in, reach out. We can't shift our weight too much here as we're alternating right and left. Just stay right in place there, weight centered, alternating here. And one more time, right and left, reaching out and reaching out. Good. So next is the kneeling glutes. Here we're going to focus on the back side of the leg. You're going to hinge directly from your hip, keeping your knee bent. Notice we're not hyperextending in the back. You want to keep your abdominals pulled in and then come back down. You're going to exhale, lift up, and then inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. All the focus in the hamstring and glute behind the bottom there. And exhale, lift up and lower down and lift up and lower down. And a few more here. Lift up and lower down and lift up and lower down. Other side. Left leg up and lower. Keep those abs pulled in tight and back down. Exhale, hamstring and glute, back side of the leg. All of our focus right behind there. Exhale, lift and back down. And lift and back down. Lift and back down. Keeping the abdominals pulled in. Back is stable, just in one place as you're hinging from the hips up. And last two here. Lifting up and down and up and down. And then from here, just finish with the child's pose. Back on your hips there, arms extended out in front, and just rest your spine. Now we're going to focus on mobility and strengthen the spine. I'll do this first round with you, and then you can repeat the video 3 times. So first we're going to do the spine twist. You're going to extend the legs out in front. You're going to reach the arms out to the side. So sitting up nice and tall, shoulders are down the back. You're going to pulse to the right 2 times, and then come back to center. Breathe in twice, and then exhale back to center. Breathing in and out, breathing in and out, breathing in and out, really twisting at the waist, and exhale, shoulders down. One more time, twist and back to center, and twist and back to center. Great, so now from here, widen the stance here with your feet, just about a little bit wider than your hips. Feet stay flexed. This is the saw. You bring the arms out to the side, again, sitting up tall. If you have a hard time with that, you can just kind of bend your knees. It will lift you up a little bit. And now you're going to twist to the right, dive forward, reaching here, looking back towards your back arm. You do a little pulse, come up, still rotated, and then back to center. Twist, dive forward, lift up, and return. And twist. Dive forward, lift up, and return. Twist, dive forward, lift up, and return. Twist, dive forward, looking back, and return. And one more time, twist, dive forward, lift up, and return. So from here, let's come all the way down onto our mat. This is going to focus now on the flexibility in the spine and also the strength in your lats and in your triceps. This is a tricep press. Elbows are in by your ribs. And you're going to just rest down, let the nose just barely touch your mat. And on the exhale, you're going to press the forearms into the mat, lifting the chest, and then breathe in to come back down. Exhale, you're going to press, lifting up, and then inhale, rest back down. Exhale, press, lifting up, shoulders down, feeling across the back and behind the arms, and rest down, lift up, exhale, and back down, and 2 more times, lifting up, press, engage the back of the arms, and back down, 1 more time, lifting up, hold it there, and back down. And now we're going to do just a little stretch, just back into a child's pose to relax the lower back. So simply bring your knees in. You can bring your arms out in front of you here. If this bothers your shoulders, you can always bring your hands back behind you here and just rest your forehead down on the mat. Or out in front, and just take some deep breaths in this position, relaxing into it. And you're all done. Thank you so much for watching. I would love for you to like, comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel. Every week I give you beauty tips, I give you movement tips, and I help you elevate your mindset. So if you'd like to give your confidence a boost, make sure to subscribe to this channel and you will get notified every time I post a video. I also have a free beauty gift for you, so check out the description below. There are also links to everything that I used in this video as well, so you can get your hands on those. I will see you next time.